Hello, people of the good life. Here we are again with game 2 of Red versus Southeast Asia. We just saw Kowi doing some cutesy split there. Yeah, this is Kowi. This is Red. Hello, now that you've met. Oh, that rhymed actually. Holy shit, I'm clever. Yeah, this is Kowi. This is an Australian player. In the beginning of January 2011, it appeared that he was like on the top, or at least in the very top of the top 200 of the North American ladders. There we go. And well, Red, we don't have to introduce Red. He's basically a famous Dutch player. Um, Currently code A in the GSL, or he might lost his code. I actually forgot. Shame on me, shame on me. But he's part of Team Liquid, which can be found on teamliquid.net. I don't know if Kowi is part of Team. I actually haven't found that many information about him, but I mean he is, or he was, or he still is in the top of the North American top 200, so that's gotta mean something. Now the map is Jungle Basin, and they've recently added a new feature. I just checked like a couple of seconds ago if I wasn't crazy, because I didn't see it in this map, that there actually is this location and this location. There has been added a gold mineral fields, mines, whatever. And I thought it was pretty weird actually to put it like on that location, because it's obviously very easy to get. It's very close to your base. If it was like this one in the middle, it's like really hard to get. So it's kind of like greedy play. So I would have thought it would be more easier to put it here. But Blizzard opted to put it there with some destructible rocks in the middle. So whatevs. I'm not a developer. I just state my opinion. So it looks like Red took that 15 hatch with followed up by a spawning pool, and now some gas as well. Yeah, this is obviously a very safe map once again for fast expanding like that. And we might even see, no, we are not gonna see a fast expand by Kowi, because well, if you're gonna fast expand, you do not take too fast gases. It's just not the way to go. So we might see, I don't know why Red is actually checking it out after, or not seeing the gas. No, he did not see the gas, so okay, he can check it out. I mean, why am I trying to teach him to play anyways? And oh, what are we seeing here? Protoss air weapons level 1 actually. Normally you would think it's like, oh, he's chrono boosting the warp gate, but this is really a mindfuck, and he's going for the Stargate now. Wow, that is actually pretty baller. I've actually never seen a Protoss do this like this actually, just like chrono boosting the what's it called, the air weapons level 1, and just probably gonna get out of Void Ray or Phoenix. They're both actually pretty good against Zerg, so we're gonna see how Red is gonna handle with this. He does not have his lair yet. He is making his trademark third queen. Oh, there is his lair. It's like, where's his lair? So this third, or actually this was the second, that's actually the third, but this one is going to provide a lot of creep tumors until he gets that third base, and just well, uses this queen for inject larvas instead of creep tumors. Now, does Red know about the Stargate? No, he does not know anything. He actually needs to move this Overlord much faster. This Overlord needs to put this sack of shit off his back and just fly there like a fucking bee, like a bzm, 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 and then just see that there's actually a Stargate with already 2 Phoenix out and chrono boosting the third out already. As my PC just had a frame drop. Wow, I haven't had those in a long time. Ah, there we go. It's much better now. Let's hope it stabilizes during the game as well. It looks like we have a Hydralisk then on the way, so there we go. He probably saw the Phoenix or had just a general idea that it might be coming. So he's getting like all of the great responses to it, an evolution chamber, a Hydralisk den, and as many gas as he can, because Hydralisks, believe it or not, they actually cost some gas. Let's see if I can 50 gas and 100 minerals, so it's actually some gas. And the good part about Red's traditional, or at least his trademark third queen, that actually with that third queen you can hold off pretty much a lot of anti-air. So Red is now gonna throw down a spore crawler at least one mineral line. And he's already getting the third base. That is pretty ballsy, but the bad part about it, he's gonna lose a lot of Hydralisks and a lot of what's it called, overlords, and a couple of drones here and there. But I think it's better for Kowi to just pick off some overlords, forcing Red to just keep on producing overlords, because or else you get supply caps. Duh. So Kowi now just seeing the third base, and in response, or at least this was part of his build, he throws down a Nexus. He does not continue with the Phoenix buildings. He's just gonna get the +1 for his ground levels, because at the moment he only has one Stalker and one Zealot and 5 Phoenix, which are of course floating in the air, picking off as many Hydralisks as they can before the Hydralisk actually get like too many and then just are unable to stop. So surprisingly already an infestation pit. Now I'm kind of curious, what are you planning to do with this Red? Here you can see his trademark creep to rumor spread. It's so good. Every Zerg actually has to learn that, the creep to rumor spread, because it's so good that he does that. And now we actually see what I think is the most ridiculous part about this matchup PvZ, that Protoss actually from 2 base, especially on this map because the second base is so easy to get, he's just gonna tech up to everything basically. If he gets like a Twilight Council as well, I would seriously crap my pants of laughter. But here we can see he has a Colossus on the way, Chrono boosted as well. He has Void Rays, he has, well, not the external thermal lance, he's getting a second Stargate, he has a couple of Warp Gates, and then he has like a bit of like everything, you know? And that is what I don't like about this matchup, because with that Phoenix harassment you force the Zerg to go Hydralisks, and then in response you just tech away at Colossus, and Zerg basically can't do anything about it, because Zerg has always been this defensive macro race, and just are unable to basically stop that unless they do some sort of Doom Drop or Nidus, which Zergs should actually do more often. I'm really sad that they don't do it as much as they should do it. But here we can see there's a bit of everything actually. Extended thermal lance is not continuing. Oh, there we go. He's now continuing, adding a couple of more gateways as his economy is gonna kick in a lot more. And yeah, these Phoenixes, oh, they get trapped by a fungal grove, and finally this Hydralisk can pop off the Phoenix, which actually is a pretty big deal, because if Red scouts out or just finds out that his opponent has Colossus, he'll automatically get a spot. Oh, tada, Spire. I was about to say, if he gets a Spire, he will have Corruptors and la da da. And Phoenix are actually pretty good against Corruptors, and Void Rays actually aren't. So he might want to produce a couple of more Phoenix instead of Void Rays, because Void Rays are not that good against Hydralisk. But then again, Colossi are very good against Hydralisk, so it's kind of double-sided. That was probably something that got zapped, but I do not know what it was. And it looks like Red is already trying to get a fourth base. This is really like he wants to macro it up, but it looks like a big battle coming up in the middle. Nice fungal growth hitting every target, but it looks like Red is going to win this battle after he snipes the two Colossi. Now the Hydralisk can just pop away at the Void Rays, but the Hydralisk numbers actually are dropping severely, so there's only Roaches left, and surprisingly, Roaches cannot shoot air. But in return, Red did deny the third base of Kowi, so Kowi is actually, economy-wise, he's behind, like big time. And really, Red has to produce a shit ton of Hydralisk now to keep up with this. Now, if just Kowi would just fly around with that map control, which he kind of has, or at least he has big mobility of those Void Rays. Just see if there's the fourth base of Red, and then just can deny it most likely. Oh, but it looks like Red is going for a Doom Drop, probably in the main base of Kowi, and we're gonna see if it's actually gonna work. He is gonna scout one Overlord which flies over, but it's probably was like one Overlord which he saw, and then he's probably gonna think, oh, that's probably an Overlord for scouting. So that is really some mind fucking going around here. And here he goes, dropping into the main base of Kowi. Kowi sees it with his Colossi, but what is he going to do? These are a lot of Roaches in the main base of Kowi, but Kowi wisely retreats his Void Ray force, and basically Red is gonna lose all of these Roaches, so he has to do a lot of damage with these Roaches, or else it was just not worth it. So these Void Rays are now gonna chase down the Overlords if they can see them. They did not see the Overlords, but really, Red might be in some trouble here. He just lost an Infestor to some towers. Nice fungal growth there, but these Colossi are doing so much damage on these Hydralisks. It's not even normal anymore. This is not looking good for Red at all. He needs to have a nice combination of Roaches and Hydralisks and just push him forward. Just make a push forward, not Doom Drop like that, because, well, obviously Kowi will be able to just retreat his force, and just having pure Roach in that drop, and knowing that there were Void Rays on the field, which obviously fly and have bigger mobility, that was actually not a good decision. I do not actually agree with that decision. No, oh, what are you doing? You do not want to engage in such a small concave, but it doesn't really matter because the forces aren't really that big, and it looks like he's scaring Kowi a bit away with these Overlords, considering there might be a drop, and a lot of Roaches now making work. There we can see that the Roaches, you really need those Roaches in that army composition. And that was GG, and apparently the Roaches still keep on going for, let's see how long. Well, I'm just gonna pause it here because apparently they go on for a couple of 40 seconds more. So, yeah. I'm kind of sad about this matchup because, I mean, yeah, Red won. It's like, woo, Red won, yay! But always how this matchup goes, I'm not really satisfied about it because Zerg only has like one way to play it. It's like Roach Hydra in mid game, and then maybe in late game they'll probably get Brood Lords and have Mass Corruptor to just have that control. And Protoss has like so many ways to play this matchup that it's actually kind of ridiculous. But apparently Red was in the favor of this match. He did win. So Red is currently up to 2-0 against Southeast Asia. And now we're gonna go to the third match against June YJ. Why, Jay? Oi. He's Australian as well, so I might put my Australian accent up, eh? My Steve Irwin. Too bad he's died. Rest in peace. Good night.